Hi, you guys, and welcome to my live. It is Wednesday evening, and I am so happy to spend this evening with you guys. And we're going to give everybody a few minutes to get into the live. And I am going to put on my lamp. I forgot to plug it up. So I don't look like a raccoon because that does happen. You start to get raccoon eyes. But I'm so glad that you guys were able to make my live. And so, what I decided to do was make this live more uh, purposeful, right? So, it's going to be like a question and answer, and I'm going to take some frequently asked questions or thoughts that people may have and kind of address them a little bit in my live so there'll be a little bit more information on. Then I'll make a playlist that's like questions and answers. A lot of people have been asking, are we still in Tennessee? Unfortunately, yes, we're still here. We're still trying to go. So we're working on that. But as of right now, we're still here. But I'm excited to be able to bring this live to you today. So if you could, whoever's here, please give me a thumbs up and go ahead on and put your name in the chat. I'd like to see who's here so I can address you properly. And we're just going to give everybody a few minutes to kind of get in. But today's live is going to be awesome, and I'm really excited up for it because it's a question that I ask myself, and I know a lot of times people ask themselves the same question. So we're going to answer that today. So for this question, starting out in 2024, Happy New Year to everybody. This is our first live broadcast, I think, for 2024. So yay, we made it. But anyways, one of the questions I want to answer is people always ask, what stops you? This is a question for you. And this is a frequently asked question. What stops you from starting your travel adventure, right? For most people, it's health or it's family or it's friends and or they're waiting to retirement, right? So you're waiting for that sweet spot where it's like, okay, I don't have to work anymore, the kids are gone, and we're gonna travel. So that's the main reason why people usually wait to towards the end of their lives to be able to do it. But people of all ages have now started to take this opportunity to live a different life, right? So we're going to address some of the questions that we just mentioned. First off, um, RVing full time or doing it full time does not mean you don't have, right? It means you are planning your RV journey, your camping journey, or your van journey, or your or however you're planning to go your adventure around your life, right? So it's ideal to have the money in place where if you are retired, then you can travel leisurely, right? So where you can kind of enjoy where you're going, you can kind of be there, don't have to do much and be there leisurely. Or you can plan your adventure around your life where you are right now, right? So you have a lot of 20 somethings, 30 somethings, 40 something, 50 somethings, people who are still working age who have now transitioned into a different lifestyle outside of the societal norms, right? Because society tells us that you have to go to college, get a house, get married, get children, put them all through school, put them through college, work yourself to death, then you can relax if you have the money to do so. So now we're looking at a different way of doing things. And I'm really glad that we have this alternative way of kind of spending our life and doing these things. So if you are in the season of your life where you still need to work, you don't have a retirement or a pension, or you didn't, sell your house and get a bunch of money or stocks or whatever, then you are going to plan your adventure before you even leave around your employment. So if you know that you want to be on the East Coast, Upper New York, Vermont, Maine, then you're going to be looking for work camping jobs or jobs in that area that are remote, right? And remote jobs are plentiful more than ever because I've been applying for them as well, right? Because I'm still in the season where I still need to work, I still need an income, and even though I live in an RV, it's not a living as a leisure, right? This is my home. So I still need to have some kind of income coming in. So you're going to plan your adventure around where you are in your life right now. So we're not going to let that be a barrier of why we don't choose to move forward. If you are wanting to work for the summer and you want to explore in this area and you want to be able to see things and be in a new environment in your home, then you start planning your direction of where you're going to travel going that way. You're going to be looking at jobs right now in January is when we need to be going on the KOA work camp site, right? Because with that, we know that most of those jobs start in February, in March, depending on where you're going to be. If you're going to be places where it's snowy, it's March, April. But if you get places like California, you could probably go right now, right? So that's what I've been doing. I've been looking at those jobs, trying to get some things lined up. And then you start planning your route and you plan to see things along your route. Now, once you get to your destination, it's going to be where you are, if you negotiate this, because a lot of these campgrounds now are wanting to trade work for site. And if you're like me, your time is worth something. You don't have time to just work for a site. But if you can get one of those sites that are free, then once you get there, you don't have to worry about where you're going to park your camper and how you're going to live. You're going to have all your electricity, all your Wi-Fi, all your, you have propane there on site where you could purchase it. Your basic needs will be met and you'll be working to save some money. Now, when that gig is over in October, you are now going to plan where you want to spend your winters. And you're going to be looking at that kind of stuff in July and August, getting yourself ready for your next journey. And when you get ready to go, you're planning your route in a direction of where you want to see things so you can continue to travel and move from one home base to another home base and have the income that you need to be able to keep going. So you're going to be thinking differently, right? We're not thinking just traveling around leisure, having fun, doing all this stuff. That's a part of the journey, right? You're going to stop, you're going to look at stuff, you're going to take pictures, you're going to give yourself enough time to have that down leisure time and try to your next destination. Now, that has been I've learned since we've started this 2 years ago. We always work for the summer, we save all our money, and then we spend it all trying to get back to Tennessee. We won't do that this time. We're done with that, right? So now they'll have to come wherever we decide to go. We are trying to go ahead on and get out of here and head towards some place where we can work, right? And explore that area, bring you videos from that area along our travels, things we're learning, people we're meeting, and then plan where we're going to go next to our next job, right? And if you can get enough money saved, and if you want to take 6 months off, you have now built up a database of places that you can go. You've learned how to boondock, you learn where free areas are, you've met other people and they've shared information with you. And so you can take some time off and live a little bit on the frugal side with the money that you have now made, right? So the whole point of going into this is to kind of downsize, right? So we're going over all the reasons why a lot of people maybe don't follow their adventure, don't follow their dream. The next thing the reason why they might prolong it or push it off is because the family and friends talk them out of it. And this is common. If you've ever watched the TV shows like HGTV, Tiny Living, Tiny House Hunters, all that kind of stuff, it is stereotypical that the family member or the best friend thinks the person is crazy and that how could they ever live? How could they be excited? Why would they want to move into a small space? And they almost talk them out of it. And very rarely do the people really pick the with something slightly bigger, but they get what works for them, right? We're tackling the next point, and the point is everybody will not see your dream, right? You cannot live to please other people. Pleasing other people, that's 2023. We're in 2024 now, so we're not doing that, right? You say your prayers, you ask the Lord to guide you, and you pack up your stuff and you go, right? You set out on your new adventure, your new life. Everybody will not be excited for you. Everybody won't understand why you're doing it, but we only have one life, right? And if you're feeling a pull of something different, for me, it was my mental health. I needed to switch gears and do something different. Now, I won't say I've suffered, but I do. I'm as I've gotten into this, I learned so much. And so there are things that I would have definitely done differently first starting out. And that is prompting these question and answer videos that we're doing now. The things that stop us and people like me who just jump head first and figure it out as I go, right? So I'm coming to tell you it's still possible. Even though, sometimes you get on here and you see me and I'm a little upset and things are not going my way, it's still possible. There's a formula to it. And I've learned the formula and now I want to share it with you. Okay. So when you're thinking about doing something different, sometimes it's not good to tell everybody because everybody won't understand, right? They'll try to talk you out of it. And a lot of it is selfish reasons. They don't want to lose you. They don't want to see you leave. They don't want to see you go because they're so used to having you around. But like I said, transitioning into tinier living or RV living does not mean you have to write off your family members and your friends and all that kind of stuff. You can kind of reassure them that this is a new season for you, but you're not leaving them behind. All right. So don't always go by the opinion of popular opinion because that doesn't matter. You don't want to stay and continue to do something based on somebody else's opinion, right? So the next thing that we want to talk about that is a part of this is that even though, a lot of times people wait till they're retired and they do it, sometimes health can play a factor into it. So you've worked all your life and you got all this money saved and now you have the time, but your health is no good. And so you're saying, I don't think I want to get out on the road. I'm not well. And you shouldn't. You should definitely, if you know what's going on with you best. So I'm not going to say ignore that or do what you want to do or anything like that. What I am going to say is take small little road trips, right? Don't put your health in jeopardy. Don't try to stay out for months at a time. Take tiny little road trips, even if it's just a long weekend with a friend, right? Don't travel alone. Make sure that you have clearance from your doctors and all that kind of stuff and you're prepared and take small trips. And that leads me into my other my other point. A lot of people don't want to go and stay gone a long time. Sometimes people can't handle being gone very long for their family or their friends or in different places for long periods of time. And to that, I say, do not scrap the idea of starting your travel journey altogether. Start taking baby steps, right? Start planning little trips, going places. You don't have to stay for long, maybe taking somebody with you. And each time you can kind of extend it, right? And another thing that I've seen that is extremely common, everybody jumps into these gigantic, expensive RVs and then they haven't even had it 6 months. They just had it for the summer and now they're really ready to sell it because they figured out it wasn't for them. For me, my opinion, that's a waste of money, right? So if you know this is not something you're ready to transition into, it would probably even be better to rent an RV or go to some RV shows and look around at some, kind of talk to people, familiarize yourself with what it is that you're getting into instead of getting caught up in the nostalgia of being an the road. There is a lot of responsibility that goes along with owning an RV, right? One of the things that we've learned along the way is just like having a house, things break down, things happen. As you can see in my other video, our sink busts and we had to run out and buy a $150 sink. And it helps if you have some handyman attributes about yourself, right? That you can take care of little small things and you keep an eye out. You're paying attention to certain things. You're not in extremely cold weather, so things won't freeze up or crack or break and all those things. So you just want to keep all those things in mind. So the goal here, we have the goals. Now we know the barriers. The barriers is social norms. People think that living out of a van or out of a bus or out of an RV, that's weird because everybody's used to traditional housing, right? Even in the tiny house, they think that's weird, and it's not feasible, right? We know the financial aspect, that people put things off till they have enough money, they, till they retire, till they can do this and do that. We know that all those things could be barriers, but they don't have to be. It just takes planning, right? It just takes planning. And once you get out there, you meet people and they tell you things, and you start to learn the community. You start to talk to people. You start to realize things that are available to you, like Cool Works and Cool Jobs. That is two websites that hire people that work at like ski resorts and Yellowstone, the park inside of the hotels and their stores and stuff like that. You can check out those websites, and those jobs are year round. So you can commit to those. A lot of them, if you don't have an RV, they have housing, right? You can stay there for free and they give you like a food voucher. So there are alternative ways to kind of go places and to be there and enjoy the environment while you're there. So age should not be a factor. You're never too old and you're never too young, right? But I think you ought to travel smart. So if you feel comfortable being with somebody and you don't think you need to be on the road by yourself, it is always best to follow your gut and to find somebody to travel with you if you're taking short trips and you're going here and there and you're not going too long, right? Another way to be able to deal with the social norms of the day that stop us from doing things is, when you are ready to go, find your comfort level, right? If you are comfortable with going for 2 or 3 weeks, 6 months, a year, make sure that you are finding something that will bring comfort with you, right? I don't want to be in something really small and I'm living in that if I'm not comfortable, because I won't do it long. I won't like it. After a while, it won't be my thing. Sometimes people love it and they don't need anything else. But one of the things I want you to do is be realistic about your needs when you are looking into transitioning into this lifestyle, right? Because you downsize quite a bit, you get rid of a lot of stuff. And so you want to make sure that this is something that you want to do, because RVing or Jeep life, RV life, van life, people sleeping in cars, that is not a lifestyle for everybody. So you want to make sure that you're not caught up in the fad and jumping into something that in a couple months you're not happy with, right? And so planning things out, checking things out, doing a little research, watching videos, the good and the bad, right? The good things when people are having fun and they're telling you you got to see it and they love it and they're hiking to the high Angels Landing and all this stuff, and the bad, like when stuff breaks or when they're broke down, and understand what it is that you're getting into. Understand that you can work on the road. There's plenty of jobs available to full-time RVers that you can do. It may not be what you want to do, but there are jobs out there. There are a plethora of jobs working from home, but the competition is there's people who are not living this lifestyle that want to work from home as well too. So you're going to be in competition with that, but they are available. And so here we are, this live, we are talking about the things that prevent us from moving forward. And we're going to knock down those barriers this year. We're going to take out those things that stop us from moving forward and having an adventure. An adventure does not mean that you have to do it forever. It's a start. It's where you go and you're doing something you don't normally do. So take those steps, right? And move forward. And if you're thinking about transitioning to a different lifestyle, now is the time to start your planning process. While there are RV shows going on, you don't have to buy one. You can go and take a look at them and see what they come with, learn what you like and what you don't like, what you feel like you need, how they work, talk to people. right? If you are a person who is looking to work, now is the time to start looking for those jobs. So when you're ready to go and the world is thawed out, you're headed to somewhere. And then you can start planning your route of what you want to see and what you want to do on your way to the place you want to be, that you can explore throughout the summer. So I don't want you to feel like this lifestyle is out of reach for you, or that you have to wait to retirement age. Okay. Those are things you can do if you so choose, but the lifestyle is available to you now. Okay. I'm talking to you from my camper, right? I'm talking to you from my home. Yes. Yes. We're trying to get back out there. We're trying to get back to the, to traveling, but we're going to be traveling to somewhere. So I'm working on all of that stuff right now as we speak. So don't let that be a discouraging factor to you to get started on your own personal journey, because everybody's journey is different, right? None of us are doing the same thing. So don't take somebody else's experience and cancel yourself out because of that, right? So, oh, hi, Holly. How are you? This is Holly. She's got a channel as well. It's called How Did I Get Here? So you could check out her channel too. All of us are trying to figure out life and navigate through it, right? And so I just wanted to kind of address the things of why we kind of talk ourselves out of things. And this year, 2024, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're going to take these leap of faiths. We're going to move forward, and we're going to explore, and we're going to learn a different way of living. Even if it's just temporary, we can do it. So if you guys have any questions for me, I would love, 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 love to hear from you, and I'll be willing to answer them. I don't know who's here at the live right now. If you'd like to kind of say hi, that would be great. And I can answer any questions that you might have. Like I said, check out Cool Jobs and Cool Works and see what they have on there. And a lot of those are the resorts that you see in the national parks, right? They have jobs that you can go to and do those things, and they tell you what they're going to compensate you with and what's available to you. But now, right now, is the time to be jumping on the KOA Work Campers website and looking at the jobs that they post, and they change every day, right? People are starting to go on there. Folks that maybe had signed up for last year and can't make it this year, and they have new postings and new places. And if you have not explored certain places and you'd like to be in that area, now's the time to look. You can look by state, or you can look just in general to see what's available out there, and be honest and realistic about your limitations when you're looking at these jobs, because you do not want to spend the whole summer miserable doing something that hurts your back, hurts your knees, or that you can't do because you and you feel obligated. Just be honest, right? Just always be honest, be upfront. People appreciate that. And don't let people talk you out of something, right? If you're one of those people who are wishy-washy and you're this way this week and that way another week, yeah, they might know you best. But don't cancel your plans because somebody else did not understand your vision and did not understand what it is you were saying. When I left and I decided to take on this lifestyle, nobody understood that. Nobody at work, my family, they tried to be supportive, but they really didn't understand. But I don't regret it. I've enjoyed it. I love it. I miss it. I cannot wait to get on the road. I like to talk to people at the Love's gas station. I love to talk to people at the campgrounds. I love to see beautiful things and go places. I enjoy it, right? And so I am just sharing with you what I've learned over the last 2 years in my travels, and I felt like this would be good information for you. So if you have any questions or you'd like to, please, please, please feel free to leave me a comment below. Go ahead on and hit that notification button and that thumbs up. We surely appreciate that. It helps to kind of kick this out to different places and to different people. And gives an opportunity for others to see it, just in case. You never know. People are starting to get going. We're really kind of sad that we weren't able to make it to courtside, but you just never know who might be watching, right? So we just want to encourage you guys to follow your dreams. It's okay to have a dream. It's okay to want to try something new. You don't have to be afraid of that. And you don't have to let anybody talk you out of your dream. So that will conclude our live for tonight. If you have any questions, please leave them below. I would love very much to have your support, so you could check out all of our information under our About page. And we will get back to hopefully making some videos very soon. If you'd like to support, be a part of our journey, you can go to our PayPal. It's under our About, as well as become a part of our Patreon family. We really love that as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're just joining this broadcast or you're just finding this channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, because you never know where we might be or what we'll be talking about next. And so follow your dream. Don't let anybody take that away from you, you guys. And I will see you in the next video. So thank you so much for watching. Bye. Bum, bum, bum.